Welcome to the Northwest Art Alliance YouTube channel, and this video, How to Get Your Jury Photos Right, Part 2. In Part 1, we talked about the specific qualities that represent great photos. This time, we're going to focus on 4 critical elements that are the basis for a jury score and how to express them in your photo and your process statement. These elements are a body of work, originality, craftsmanship, and professionalism. I'm going to offer a definition of these terms, how and where they show up in the jury process, and examples of what they can look like in your photos. It's important to make each one stand out so jurors recognize its presence within the limited amount of time available for reviewing your submission. So let's get started. The jury's introduction to your work comes as an overview. All individual photos from your submission on one slide. SAP calls this your body of work page. This is your opportunity to give the jurors an idea of who you are as an artist and what you can bring to the show. So what's a body of work? It's defined as a cohesive collection of pieces that demonstrate a similar theme, subject, or idea, that share several distinctive elements such as style, palette, medium, or presentation, which showcase an artist's commitment and exploration of an idea over time. When choosing the photos for your application, here are some examples of ways to build a body of work. Show various perspectives on one subject or on one single theme. You might exemplify the use of style, medium, or presentation, or show a unique perspective. Some artists worry that if they only include one element of their style, it limits what they can have in their booth. So they try to include examples of the variety of work they do. However, when you include too many unrelated images, your application becomes disjointed, and it raises lots of questions for the jurors about how you can fit into the show. It also makes your work look commercial. Let your booth show your variety. When you present 3 or 4 photos that are cohesive, offer more than one example of your work around one theme or subject with overlapping elements of style, palette, and medium, it gives the jury a sense of your artistic voice. Rather than trying to figure out your art, the jurors score on the quality of your art. Be intentional and choose photos that create a body of work. After the body of work page, jurors begin review of your individual product photos. Simultaneously, they are looking for 2 important elements: originality and quality. Originality is where your vision, use of materials, and technique meet to create your art. It is the unique perspective and interpretation you bring to your art. It's the way you express your artistic voice through your perspective, the methods you devise, and the ways you engage in your medium. It's about creating the unexpected. It's your stamp. It is not about being one of a kind or the first one ever. It's about revealing what makes your work recognizable as yours, regardless of where it might show up. You want your photos to convey your innovation, creativity, and willingness to push the boundaries of the medium, to take your work to the next level. Besides originality, jurors are looking for high quality and mastery. So let's talk about craftsmanship or craftswomanship. It is the combination of skill, expertise, and care to transform materials into a meaningful and aesthetically excellent creation, which can be demonstrated through precision, consistency, and quality. Make sure your photos show details that demonstrate your technical skill and mastery, that show your expertise and experience. Specifically include a photo to show your precision and attention to details, especially in those categories like fiber, where it isn't always obvious. And as in your body of work, you want to communicate to the jurors your commitment to producing high-quality work across several pieces. However, there are many parts in creating art that are impossible to discern in a photo. So applications include a place to make a short statement, to identify the skills and processes you use that are difficult to determine from a photo alone. This is the process statement. It's designed to create a complete picture of what you do and how you do it. Although Zap calls it an artist statement, which is very confusing, it is meant to be a short and concise statement for the jurors that clarifies and or identifies skills, processes, unique materials, or specialized techniques you use to create your art. For example, 2D artists, you can name your medium. Let jurors know how you apply that medium to create layers, depth, movement, or texture, or if you use special techniques, paper, or materials. Jewelers, do you specialize in silver or gold? Or do you make a unique mix of metals? Do you make all of your components? Do you process and cut your own stones or gems? Do you lampwork your glass beads? Be specific. Woodworkers, do you specialize in hardwoods or reclaimed wood or veneer or some combination? What makes your process unique that cannot be seen from your photos? Photographers, do you hand develop? Do you print your work in-house? Do you use special papers or finishes? Highlight your process to finishing your work. Fiber artists, do you design your patterns? Do you upcycle? Do you weave the fabric? Do you incorporate special dye techniques? State it clearly. This statement is not about your vision as an artist or what inspires you. Those are your marketing pieces. Long statements distract the jurors, so be concise, to the point, and complete. If you use the words created in my studio, the number of years I have been an artist, what inspires you, or how you interpret your art form, consider revising your statement. In a nutshell, the process statement offers you a way to address questions or assumptions the jurors may have and create a complete picture of what you do and how you do it. The last of our 4 critical elements is professionalism. Your booth shot is critical here. It sends volumes of information to the jury about how you will present yourself at the show. Often, this last piece is the make it or break it part of your application. Jurors will give some latitude about creativity and craftsmanship if they're not an expert in your medium. However, your booth shot makes it clear if you are a good match for the show, and your score will reflect it. So make sure your booth shot shows a clean and cohesive booth that promotes your work in a professional manner, that it gives the jury a sense of the size and variety of your work and how it matches the intent of the show, that it feels engaging and inviting, and that it communicates your commitment as a professional artist. You want your photos to say, I'm a professional, I know what this show is about, and I know how to show up and make the most of this opportunity. Well, there you have them, the 4 critical elements that form the basis of your jury score. So let's recap. Remember, the jurors don't linger over your submission photos. So choose ones that create a body of work that build a cohesive view of a subject, theme, or style, and that express your artistic voice. Use individual photos to show your originality, creativity, and vision, along with your craftsmanship and mastery. Use the process statement to bridge the gap and identify the skills and processes you use that are difficult to determine from a photo alone. And finally, make your booth clean, cohesive, and inviting to promote your work in a professional way. Let the jurors see why you are the perfect fit for their show. Before we part, here are a few resources where you can find more information about these elements. I wish you many happy results in the future. See you next time.